What is going on, guys? Craig 1287 here. I'm bringing you some Battlefield 4 gameplay. Going on there in the background is not the new map, but it's a map, Guilin Peaks, that's in the similar style of the new map. It's a, jungle kind of stuff. In the video description down below, if you're on PC, I am going to put a link in there for the download link for the new maps, or you can just do it through Origin. I'm also in the down in the video description going to have a link to the PDF file that has all of the patch notes for the new fall patch that has just come out today. They are separate downloads. The map itself is, I think, around 2.45 gigs on the PC, probably similar on the console. So start downloading that if you haven't already. Your patch should auto download. So the patch notes have been released. Like I said, it's in the down in the video description. There's a lot of changes. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but just some highlights. There have been a lot of changes to vehicles across the board. Land, air, and sea have all received changes. Damage values have been changed on weapons. Acceleration values and top speed values have been changed on ground vehicles, tanks, and IFVs, also known as the APCs. They've been increased. Control and traction has been increased on tanks. Look at some of these weapons changes. If you're a frequent user of some of these weapons, go and look at some of their changes, because pretty much everything has been touched on. For the boats, the 25mm, the 30mm, the burst cannon has been changed. On ground vehicles, tow missiles, Zuni rockets, laser-guided, heat seekers, passive radar, active radar, just pretty much every possible weapon has been changed. Even the Amtrak has seen slight changes. It's had its health increase from around 1,000 up to 1,250. So even the Rib boat has had a value increased. Its health was increased from 500 to 750, and it had a damage multiplier on its rear removed. Didn't even know that existed. So go check out those changes. Countermeasure changes have seen a lot of ticks here and there changed. With IR flares, ECM jammers, active protection has seen somewhat of a nerf. Hopefully they've increased the bubble that the active radar or active protection protects, but the time that active protection is up has been cut in half. It's now 2.5 seconds, down from 5 seconds. The reload timer on it, though, has been increased. Well, it's been reduced, so it's now improved. So yeah, there's just been changes all around. Air vehicles, they've seen a lot of changes. Active below radar has now been added in. There's been changes to a lot of their damage values as well on their weapons for jets and such. Oh man, for water vehicles, there's been some changes for the blast cannon. I'll focus that one specifically just because that's the primary one that I use. It's had its overall damage value reduced down from 10 to 8, but its ammunition, its replenish speed has been reduced. It used to be 20 seconds, now it's 12 seconds. So I'm pretty excited about that, because the burst cannon, because of the rate of fire, you chew through ammunition, so you always get out of the fight real quick because you just straight up run out of ammo. And so now I'm glad to see that the reload time on it has almost kind of been cut in half. So yeah, land vehicles, a lot of values have been changed. The Sabo, the AP, the HE round it's even been renamed to fit its new purpose, because they've done a lot of changes to its blast damage, its basic damage, the velocities on it, the blast radiuses on it have been changed. So yeah, check that stuff out. It's a lot of changes. The light machine guns, the heavy machine guns on IFVs and on the main battle tanks have all seen changes. Heat changes on the heavy machine gun. Pretty interested about that, because the heavy machine gun now really overheats. It used to overheat 0.1 per bullet. Now it's up to 0.145. So almost a 50% increase on its heat production. So check that stuff out. Again, all the vehicles have received changes to their damages. On the IFVs, the standard 25mm HE shells have seen changes. The APF-SDS shells have seen some changes to try to make them a little more effective against vehicles. Zuni rockets have received actually some pretty crazy changes, making them potentially a lot more powerful. The mobile anti-air has been nerfed into oblivion. I don't think that thing is going to be all that useful against air at all. Most people just use it against infantry. I think that's only going to become more common with these changes. They've drastically reduced the damage values of the 20mm and the 30mm against jets, against jet ranges. Not jets specifically, but their ranges have been drastically reduced. Like the 30mm, the one that was the best against jets in my opinion, its minimum damage value, the one that you're going to encounter more often than not, has gone from 42 to 20. It's been cut more than... It's less than half of what it used to be. So that's really a drag for me as somebody who likes to use the mobile anti-air actually against jets. That's a real big bummer. Let's see, and the changes to battle pickups. So when we start getting into some of the infantry stuff, those have even seen some changes. The one battle pickup that there was a lock on, it's been drastically nerfed. It had its damage go from 100 down to 52. So the HVM2 is now not nearly the powerhouse that it used to be, which is a bummer. C4 has seen some nerfs. Its blast damage has been slightly reduced from 500 to 400. Its blast radius, both the outer radius and the inner radius, has been reduced, which is awesome for me. I hate that thing being used against infantry so often as it is, so that's cool. The assault has seen some changes. The noob tube got a buff. It's seen a velocity increase, and you now can have 3 up from 2. And its blast radius has been increased. So that doesn't really make sense. The dart has pretty much been doubled. The pellets that the M320 dart shoots has gone from 12 to 24. So that's crazy. Engineer class, almost all of the rockets have seen changes. The small and the RPG-7 have not seen any changes, but the Straw, Stinger, Igla, and the Law all have. Even the anti-air mine has seen some changes. Some of these, it's hard to tell whether they're going to be good or bad. I think they're going to be good against choppers, bad against jets. I feel like jets are going to be so much more of a powerhouse after this patch. And then they've also done a change. You can now no longer use lock-on rockets while in a vehicle. So what this tactic pretty much directly affects was engineers getting into the scout chopper and using the Igla and Stinger, primarily the Stinger, while in these choppers, transport chopper, but primarily the scout chopper. So that's, in my opinion, as somebody who hates aircraft, I think that's actually a good change. That was a really cheap tactic that a lot of people kind of abused. In the sport class, the UCAV has been nerfed somewhat. Its damages have been decreased, and its physics effect have been drastically reduced. The physics went from 15,000 down to 1,500. But you now replenish the UCAV a little faster. Now 40 seconds up from 60 seconds. So that's kind of a bummer. I hate the UCAV. The airburst has seen its blast damage reduced. Let's see, mortar has been somewhat improved, but not really. You can now use it within the first 15 seconds of a round rather than the first 30 seconds. Let's see, reload times on the ammo bags, or the ammo boxes, have been changed. You can just go to that section. There's a lot of changes to that. And finally, the team and objective updates have finally come out, so now you get a lot more points for certain objective gameplay in Conquest. Capturing a flag, you now get 400 points versus the 150 that you used to get. Rush, you now get 500 points rather than 400 points for disarming, and now the team as a whole gets a team-wide score of 500 when an MCOM is destroyed if you're on the attacking team. So yeah, there's a few other small changes here and there. On the PC side, you can now actually filter using the high tick rate settings. They also show up in the server browser when you're looking at it, so you can actually see those servers that say high tick rate server. You can actually see right then and there if they actually are a high tick rate or if they're still the 30 Hz tick rate. So that's really nice. But yeah, just go and check out all these changes. Again, the PDF is linked in the video description down below. So check that out if you want to see all of these changes, because there are a lot. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay and are downloading the new map and the patch as you listen to this. So I hope you guys have enjoyed all of it. Have a good one. Ta-ta.